Greetings from the Athens airport. It's about, let's say 9 o'clock in the morning, and I got about 4 hours of sleep somewhere between the airport and the getting to bed late, doing all the last minute things that I thought I had time for and inevitably didn't. And I've got to stay here until 5 o'clock local time. So that's a few more hours. I did, however, think ahead and brought this great smoked chicken from Alaska. I got Alaska on the brain from Tbilisi. And the great thing about it is it's pretty cured, so I don't have to worry about the temperature. But I just ate one, so I'm feeling good. And airports, liminal spaces. It's just such a weird world. Well, I'm looking forward to landing in Paris about almost 8 o'clock local time in Paris, which will make this a very long day. But I'm going to sleep really well, and I don't have to be at the airport tomorrow until about, say 9 o'clock in the morning. I'll get there earlier than that, but it'll give me a good 8 hours sleep somewhere in there. So, can't make up the sleep, but you do get more sleep. These days, when you travel, it's just you're not in a place. That's why you can never say, like, I am going to stop. I have a 21-hour layover on my way back on April 4th. And then I'll get out and go see the city. I could go today, but I knew I'd be too tired, and there's some things I wanted to do. So, yeah. But, yeah. You can never say you've been here. There is a weird sign out here. Let's see if you can figure out what it is. I'm just going to put it up here. Anyway, thank you for following along. There's more to come. And I'll probably put this with another video just to make it interesting. Meanwhile, I'm in the least interesting place in the world, the airport. How did the airport become so uninteresting? How is it that flying to some other part of the world takes place in the most boring, cramped, exhausting conditions? I went through two strip searches, so to speak. Not really. But, I going through the gauntlet and, just crazy stuff. Passport, not a problem. Although it was a big line. It was fun to watch people cutting through it. Georgians, of course. Anyway, I'll leave this here, and we will return. After another cramped but uneventful ride, 2.5 hours from Athens, I arrived finally in Paris, where I decided to stay the night. And Paris is still Paris, especially if you go into the center. I was in the 6th arrondissement, or 6e arrondissement. And I know this particular area very well. There was another hotel I used to stay at before it got too expensive, and it's just about 2 blocks from the other one. And so this was a new place. But I know this area, so I just walked straight there. No need for maps or anything. Got off the RER train at Saint-Michel, walked down Saint-André-des-Arts, and ended up at Hotel La Louisiane. These are some of their Wi-Fi passwords, which I thought were kind of cool. And then I got off, it was 3 stories up by elevator, not much. Although, you remember, that's the first floor is the ground floor, not the first floor. guess there are two elevators.
That's true.
Are you, your accent, are you German or Dutch?
Danish.
Danish. Okay, okay. Somewhere in between, I guess, but further north.
Yeah, exactly.
Out onto the Paris streets where Paris started acting like Paris. To American ears, that siren sound is exactly Paris and not anything like we hear in America. This is, I was going to this creperie right here, but I could hear the guy shutting it down inside, and I just missed it by probably about 15 minutes. I was so looking forward to that being my first meal, so I humbly walked across the street from my hotel to Carrefour and perused various things, ended up getting some yogurt, and they have these lovely little things in glass jars that are kind of very cool puddings and things like that. Pudding in the American sense of the word. And then I went back to my hotel, and I walked out on the balcony and looked out on the streets. Starting to get late. People were, the stores were closing up. And this was great. This was actually very early in the morning. I woke up, couldn't get to sleep. I got about 5 hours of sleep, and then my brain just was up. And so I was just taking some images along in the morning. And just the quiet ambience of Paris in the morning. I mean, you do get garbage trucks and people riding by, but there's something about it, especially this older section of town. The 5th and 6th arrondissements are, to me, very Parisian. Not many tourists. I mean, they do get tons of tourists here, believe me. But this is March, kind of low. So, but you see the students walking, and they dress in a very different manner to the kind of sloppy American aesthetic. And we'll be back with our trip to Seattle and beyond.